Support for WYES is made possible by Mary Lou Kristovich in memory of her husband, William Kristovich.
I'm Peggy Scott Laborde, and welcome to Steppin Out, spotlighting the New Orleans area's arts and entertainment scene. Seated at our table tonight, Dayne Womax, executive chef for Brown Butter Southern Kitchen and Bar. Welcome to our table.
Thanks for having us.
Good to see you. Hi. Hello. Hi. Poppy Tooker, host of the radio program Louisiana Eats, airing twice weekly on WWNO Radio. Good to see you.
Hi, Peg.
And of course, 'tis the season, Benny Grunch, singer, guitarist, and band leader. Yay, Benny. Nice to see you.
Nice seeing you.
Hey, and Steppin Out theater critic, of course, Alan Smason, who is also the editor of the Crescent City Jewish News. Performing for us a little later will be the Bluegrass group, Hazel and the Delta Ramblers. But first up, Poppy.
Well, I have the loveliest little Christmassy thing to do this weekend, Saturday and Sunday. If you've never visited the Jackson Avenue Evangelical Congregation, this is a beautiful German church. And they're very proud of the fact that there were always more German immigrants, apparently, living in the Irish Channel than the Irish. So they're very well rooted in that neighborhood. This is from noon until 4 p.m. They're having a German Christmas dessert cafe with all sorts of Kuchens, torts, streusels, and Kugelhof. And the proceeds will all go to Toys for Tots Puerto Rico, which is the U.S. Marine Corps National Christmas Project. And the historic sanctuary will be open so you can go in and see their gorgeous stained glass windows. And then at 4:30 on Sunday, the weekend will conclude with a sundown candlelight caroling. What a lovely thing to do on Saturday and Sunday. And last week, I promised you I'd be back with more Réveillon dinner talk. And so I have had a long look at all those Réveillon dinners, and I'm going to give you my favorite choices. Antoine's restaurant, you never can beat a lovely experience at Antoine's. Charles Carter or Sterling Constant taking care of you, so lovely. 4 courses, $49. You can't eat at Antoine's for that. And you can have crawfish cardinal, and you can finish with meringue glacé au chocolat. Yum! And then, you know, the food at Arno's simply rocks. I think it just gets better and better. They have 4 courses, but there's a little 5th amuse. They start off with daube glacé, an old Creole dish so near and dear to my heart. You can have seared flank steak with Rockefeller spinach and sauce Robert. And then go uptown and go to Brightston's for just $55, 4 courses. You can have duck à l'orange, you can have stuffed flounder, sweet potato bread pudding, and the epic pecan pie. And, you know, when you go to Brightston's, all the family is there, and they treat you like one of the family. So if you're missing your family and want a little family fun time, go to Frank and his family. They'll take care of you in the Riverbend. And then my opulence award for the year goes to Commander's Palace. $100 for 7 courses, including caviar, lobster, foie gras, and even a cheese course. It's opulent. And then they did not make the Réveillon dinner list that's online, but Ted Brennan's Decatur is offering a Réveillon dinner also. 5 courses for $65, and I'd like to just give a shout out to that darling chef Lazone Randolph, one of my very favorite people in New Orleans, and he's returning to cook a Réveillon dinner again after a 4-year hiatus. So hello to Chef Lazone and all of our friends.
And that's a beautiful restaurant too.
And
it's
Merry
big. There's an upstairs for special events. I was surprised how large it is too.
There's a lot of ho-ho-hoing to be done at the dinner table right now, so just get on it. it.
That's right. And Chef Dayne, speaking of all of that, so thrilled, being a fan of Mid-City, shall we say, to have your restaurant near the corner, I guess, of Carrollton in Bienville, in that little shopping area, little shopping center. Started out as a pop-up, and how long have you all been open in that location?
We'll make 3 years in the middle of January this year.
Wow, time is really flying.
Time flew, and we're happy to make 3 years.
I could go on for days. We've got the fried pickles, you've got the brisket. We have Benny Grunch here. There's Eggs Benny, which is one of my faves, and hamburgers. But you all are also kindly participating in our Season of Good Taste and a very special dinner helping Channel 12. So thank you, thank you. Tell us about that.
Yeah, I mean, it's we got a pretty special menu for you guys. A couple things that we're gonna be doing, kind of southern. We're keeping the southern theme, but a little different. We're doing a black eyed pea soup with a black eyed pea falafel as a starter, and we have for our main courses, I think we have a nice fish dish, kind of a play on a Creole, and we are also doing our signature short rib dish, which we've kept on the menu for a while. You know, we want an award for it, and we can't let it go, so we can treat you guys with that.
And that's December 18th.
That's December 18th,
Looking forward to that, and WYS.org, of course, for more details. But you have a brunch menu on the weekends, as we said, Eggs Benny, but you've got the shrimp and grits. So you're really kind of combining, what, Cajun, Creole, and the South? The
South, yeah. I mean, I have family spread throughout the South, and, you know, just to stick with Cajun and Creole, everybody's done that, you know. I still keep true to I'm from LaPlace, so I love my andouille and I love my gumbo and my jambalaya, but, you know, we also delve into some other parts of the southern regions of the United States as well. What
are some of your favorite dishes on the menu these days?
On the menu right now, I think one of my favorites, we have a shrimp Creole dish that is awesome. It's not your traditional Creole. It's shrimp sauteed, and then we make like a Creole base, and instead of serving it on rice, we make these awesome Delta Blues rice grits. They're incredible. Top it fried over. It's delicious. One of my favorite dishes right now.
Oof, oof.
It's really, it's good. It's warming and it's comforting for this cold weather, you know.
Well, you're open for lunch and dinner, and brunch.
And brunch is brunch is something we threw in there as kind of a lanyard when we first opened, just, you know, to see what would happen. And brunch has taken off to be one of our best services, busiest times. So
I think of you all though as being a good example of the new Orleans, because you started out as a pop-up initially, didn't you?
We sure did. I was actually, a buddy of mine started this pop-up called Salty Swine Supper Club, and it was an invite-only, real hush-hush kind of speakeasy type of thing, and we popped up different places, and it was anywhere between 10 and 15 courses for $45. It's top secret menu. You get there, you show up, menu's on the table, and you're in for an eating adventure. Brought Simon on to that to help us out. It grew really well. It grew really big, really fast, and we needed help, and I knew Simon. We worked together for years, and he was looking for something to do, and he came on and helped us out with that, and next thing you know, we're looking for a restaurant space. And
I seem to also remember, isn't there a chicken liver pate?
There is.
Oh my goodness.
And it's a good portion of chicken liver pate.
It's an
8-ounce jar full of chicken liver pate. Yeah. So you'll be taking some pate home if you come.
Yes, yes. Well, once again, thank you so much. And brown butter, I'm a big fan and pretty regular. But anyway, thank you so much.
Thank you.
New Orleans Magazine's quiz queen, Julia Street, has a question for us. Last time, Mary Lynn Friedman gave us the nickname of a train that once ran from the river to the lakefront, as well as the name of the carnival parade that has a float recreation of that train. We're talking about the Smoky Mary and the Crew of Orpheus. Now, tonight's question. At one point, the city's coroner played the trumpet and the DA could sing. Who were they? Email your answers to steppinout@wys.org. Our prize is a copy of the book Fantastic Saints by Ron Calamia, which is all about, of course, Saints superfans. We have an apron with the message Chocoholic. Some of us can relate, from our friends at wearablevegetables.com, and a $50 gift certificate from our friends at Kitchen Witch Cookbooks on Bayou Road, who are also hosting a book signing event featuring Judy Walker and Susan Larson next Tuesday and a week from this Saturday. You can go to WYS.org for our online calendar to see our lineup of events, including an open house for artist Harriet Bloom this Saturday night in downtown Covington. By the way, you can link to our WYS YouTube channel to see our program. And, you know, local bluegrass musician Hazel and the Delta Ramblers are very popular with us, shall we say. We're big fans. And they visited with us earlier this evening and have a song to put us in the Christmas spirit. For almost 40 years, New Orleans has been blessed with Hazel Schluter, and the Delta Ramblers, providing great bluegrass music in New Orleans. That's not a type of music you see much of or hear much of here, is it?
No, but they're big, great recordings, historical recordings of bluegrass and old time have been done in New Orleans. So we have a history of it.
Well, I know you keep the history alive because you've got a weekly show. Tell us about that. Radio show, that is.
It's on WWOZ on Sunday mornings from 10 to noon, old time country and bluegrass.
You will get to see and hear Hazel and the Delta Ramblers this weekend at a very special home tour. When and where, kiddo?
Well, we're playing this Saturday, but the Preservation Resource Center's holiday home tour is Saturday and Sunday from 10 to 4, and we'll be over on 2nd Street at 1136 2nd Street Saturday morning. And the 7 beautiful homes, Garden District homes are open to the public, and you have beautiful music inside by New Orleans musicians.
So when do you all start? What time do you play approximately?
We'll play from 10 to noon on Saturday.
Okay, great. Now, what are you playing for us today?
We're going to play Good King Wenceslas.
We love that. All right, well, before I let you begin, though, let's introduce the band.
Okay, on guitar is Scott Cropog, and on the bass fiddle, Larry Schluter, and then on the banjo, Russ Van Dyke.
All right, wonderful. And if you would like to know more about Hazel and the Delta Ramblers or contact them, you've got your email address.
Yes, email address, and Hazel and the Delta Ramblers are on Facebook, too.
Okay, and listen on Sundays on WWOZ. Thank you all, and take it away.
Thank you, Peggy.
Once again, the Preservation Resource Center's home tour is this weekend. Go to prscno.org for more information, and Hazel and the Delta Ramblers Facebook page for details about the group. Now, Ellen.
Well, you know, when the Tennessee Williams Theater Company started up a few years ago, we knew we were going to see some special things. And it's oftentimes that you get to see the creative juices flow between Augustin Carrero and Nick Shackelford, who are creative partners in many, many ways. Augustin Carrero did the direction on this brand new play called Not About Nightingales. And this is actually the first time that this is being presented pretty much anywhere, because it never actually saw the light of day during Tennessee Williams' lifetime. It was written in response to a 1936 episode at a prison at which 4 people died. And basically in 1938, as a part of a writing assignment, Tom Williams, he was not yet Tennessee, actually had been asked to do a living play of sorts based on newspaper accounts. And so he did this, and it is all restructured and formulated in such a way that it goes in a logical timeline. Beautiful acting. Zeb Hollins III probably is what I would consider the lead, along with Sean Richmond, who plays one of the prisoners, as well as some fantastic performances by others. I want to mention a couple of them just off the top, namely Joseph Fernari, who plays the menacing warden, who's absolutely just riveting in the performance. Also, not to be missed is several of the other people in there, but I want to mention in particular the young lady who plays the love interest, if you will, of Zeb Hollins. And again, you know, she does a fantastic job. That's Nicole Himmel. Again, this is a play that really needs to be seen. It is, again, problematic in some aspects of it, because they had to kind of find some of the scenes that were written out of sequence and try to stitch it together in such a way that it made sense. But it does flow very well, and it is very effective. And I would tell you that if you've not seen this, you will want to see it. And for those of you who are great Tennessee Williams,
not afraid to do the lesser known plays.
Yes, and this is something that I think may become part of the standard repertoire once it gets sort of fleshed out. But again, hats off, fantastic work there. And I just wanted to mention that they did a great job. Now, in the meantime, across town in Kenner, Nick May, a New Orleanian who was born here, actually has been out, got very involved doing theater around the country. Out in the San Francisco area, he developed a show called The Real Me. This is based on the life and the death, unfortunately, of Keith Moon of The Who. And many of the songs that Keith Moon made popular are actually brought back to life with Nick May's careful assistance. You actually will see the screen in which you'll see him playing the drums along with the other members of The Who on audio tape, if you will, in the background. Fantastic job. Again, I would like to see maybe the book cleaned up a little bit more in terms of the acting, but I think Nick did an absolutely incredible job of actually trying to take on the life essence, and you almost really believe he's playing right there along with The Who. Again, a very tragic death, as you know, Moon the Loon, as they like to call him. But again, I would tell you that there's only one more week of this remaining. Again, Nick May is going to take this hopefully nationally. So if you want to see a play before it actually makes the national tour, go check it out. I would tell you it's well worth the admission ticket, and again, a lot of fun. Meanwhile, over at the Jefferson Performing Arts Center, Tuck Everlasting is playing. Now, this is the first time this is made direct from Broadway, basically, to New Orleans. It's a regional premiere. This is a very, it's basically based on a book and a movie. It basically talks about a life of a group of people, a family, the Tucks, who actually have discovered a spring which gives them eternal life. And there are a couple of really good performances in here. Aaron Richard, who I've watched as a youngster growing up, and the young lady who plays Winnie, who's Bree Hollis, also very good. She was in Annie a few years back, as I recall. But in any event, if you get a chance to see this again, you'll note that the music is okay. It's not. That's why I don't think it lasts on Broadway as long. The music by Chris Miller is not really what I call an 11th hour song. Is not there. There's not a lot that's established. Lynn Bordelon did the ballet, and one of the problems I found also at the end of it was that they were trying to do a lot of exposition via ballet, which is a little bit of a problem. And last but not least, I want to mention, I'm not going to be able to do the review until the 20th of December, but I've heard really good things about Miss Bennet Christmas at Pemberley, which is playing over at the Marquette Theater at Loyola University. I would recommend, just based on those whisperings in my ear, that you would maybe want to go see that.
Okay, thank you very much. And turning to Benny Grunch and the bunch, and so much of a part of New Orleans holidays since the early 90s has been the 12 Yats of Christmas, your own take with your group. We're actually going to show a video that Channel 4 and wonderful Frank Davis did along with you all. But tell us about what's cooking these days. You're going to be performing?
Yes, we're very busy this season. Shouldn't be, probably, but we are very busy. Kathy Savoy is still with us.
Wonderful. You'll see her in the video.
Tomorrow night, tomorrow evening, it's Lights at the Lake at the Lighthouse on Lakeshore Drive, 6 till 8. Big deal. Wednesday, December 13th, Harrison Avenue Marketplace. And we're doing the worldwide Rouse's Supermarket Tour this year. We're doing a few, I'll go in no special date. Saturday, December 23rd, Rouse's on Vets next to Stein Mart. December 16th, Rouse's on the West Bank. I think that's near Stumpton Expressway. And December 14th, hey, we're uptown now. Rouse's on Napoleon and Chapatoulas.
But Benny, the big news here is at the celebration in the Oaks, they have done a lit up...
I didn't want to shoot my mouth off.
...rendition. No, I've seen it. And there is actually a light show that is synchronized with your song and has the illustrations of the various items that you mentioned. What an honor.
In lights of the 12 Yats of Christmas.
And that's right behind, if you're visiting Celebration of the Oaks, it's right behind the Pavilion of the Two Sisters, sort of in front of it, if you will, in the back of it, I should say. But anyway, that's really something.
It's about 40 or 50 feet long.
It is, and it's the whole song.
Yes.
It's the whole song.
Synchronized with the lights and the characters.
Wow. Benny, how long have you been performing in New Orleans? Don't you kind of go way back?
I think my first gig for money was 1959. At probably a school dance or something like that.
In various bands?
And I didn't play a ballroom until 1960.
Oh, okay. We won't ask how old you were or anything like that. But what was the first band that you were in?
I think it was a band I had with some friends. It was called the Antiques.
Maybe somebody will remember that, huh?
Oh, they would remember us at the on the West Bank at St. Andrews CYO. We were the big band.
All right. Well, we've promised this. Let's show it. Produced by Benny Grunch and by WWL-TV's Frank Davis from 1990, here's the 12 Yats of Christmas.
And now for something very natural in Orleans this Christmas.
On the first day of Christmas, my mama gave to me a crawfish they caught in Araby.
In the Christmas picayune, I seen it there in Section E. 2 Jack's recipe.
For the crawfish they caught in Araby. On the third day of Christmas, we stopped at Mackenzie for 3 French breads.
2 Jack's recipe.
For the crawfish they caught in Araby.
On the 4th day, I said, okay, let's get a Christmas tree. Before you drive me nuts,
3 French breads.
2 Jack's recipe.
For the crawfish they caught in Araby.
On the 5th day of Christmas, we stopped at A&G for fried onion rings.
Before you drive me nuts,
3 French breads.
2 Jack's recipe.
For the crawfish they caught in Araby.
On the 6th day of Christmas, we stopped at K&B's for a 6-pack of Dixie.
Fried onion rings.
Before you drive me nuts,
3 French breads.
2 Jack's recipe.
For the crawfish they caught in Araby.
Cemetery traffic got backed up to Metairie at the 17th Street Canal.
6-pack of Dixie.
Fried onion rings.
Before you drive me nuts,
3 French breads.
2 Jack's recipe.
For the crawfish they caught in Araby.
On the 8th day of Christmas, me and Rosalie ate by your mama's
17th Street Canal.
6-pack of Dixie.
Fried onion rings.
What now? You make me nuts.
3 French breads.
2 Jack's recipe.
For the crawfish they caught in Araby.
On the 9th day of Christmas, we drove down Delta in the lower 9th ward.
Ate by your mama's
17th Street Canal.
6-pack of Dixie.
Fried onion rings.
Leave it alone, you make me nuts.
3 French breads.
2 Jack's recipe.
For the crawfish they caught in Araby.
I used to be at Kaiser, now I'm working down the street at the Tenneco Chalmette Refinery.
Lower 9th ward.
Ate by your mama's
17th 17th Street Canal.
6-packer.
Fried onion ring.
What you mean we need lights too?
Tree French breads.
2 Jack's recipe.
For the crawfish they caught in Araby.
On 11th day at Veterans Highway, trying to cross the street with 11 swingman bags.
Tanaco Refinery.
In the lower ninth ward.
8 by your mama's.
17th Street Canal.
Dick's pack of 60.
Fried onion ring.
Now for.
Tree French breads.
2 Jack's recipe.
For the crawfish they caught in Araby.
On the 12th day of Christmas, my true love gave to me a dozen Manuel's tamales.
11 swingman bags.
Tanaco Refinery.
Lower ninth ward.
8 by your mama's.
17th Street Canal.
Ah.
Fried onion ring.
So what, I gotta sing it again?
Tree French breads.
2 Jack's recipe.
And the crawfish they caught in Araby.
Special thanks to Channel 4 for allowing us to show that. Once again, you can catch Benny Grunch and the Bunch at the Lights at the Lake Holiday Bash. That's tomorrow evening at the the Cason Canal Basin Lighthouse right there on Lakeshore Drive. And now it's time for picks. Dayne, favorite dish?
Right now, with this weather, I think a big bowl of steamy hot mussels.
Oh, sounds real good. At the brown butter. Miss Poppy.
Don't miss on Sunday Santa's Brass Band Brunch at Tableau from 10:30 till 2:30. Santa arrives at noon. Holiday photos are available and kissing under the mistletoe there on Jackson Square.
Okay, Benny.
Wednesday, December 13th, Harrison Avenue Marketplace. We start at 5:30.
All right, great.
Couple things. Irving Berlin's White Christmas is opening at the Sanger. Don't forget that. And also, Ed Asner, A Man and His Prostate opened. I don't know if that's the right way we should say it, but that's going to be coming up this weekend.
Okay. And my picks, the Piety Street Market will be selling holiday crafts and other merchandise. That's tomorrow. And next Saturday from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. The market is located at 612 Piety. And what a wonderful place. It's really fun. And tomorrow is the annual New Orleans running of the Santas. The Santas will run from Manning's on Fulton Street to Generations Hall on Andrew Higgins Boulevard. Well, there'll be a party and costume contest. Registration opens at 1 p.m. at Manning's. Proceeds go to the That Others May Live Foundation for Air Force veterans. And there'll be a Christmas concert this Sunday at Our Lady of Good Counsel Catholic Church. That's on Louisiana Avenue. The concert is free and begins at 4 p.m. Don't miss the holiday movies on the Mississippi event next Friday, weather permitting, on the corner of Julia and the Convention Center Boulevard. And there'll be a free outdoor screening of the movie Elf. Thank you all so much. It's great to have you all with us, and thank you for watching. Good night.